What's up guys? So over this last week I've been getting a ton of boxes in the mail, but today the most important box came in, the Panasonic GH5. So I'm super excited to show you what I think makes up a filmmaker's kit and make my very first unboxing video. Alright, so let's get started. You can't buy a nice camera without also buying nice lenses. And what's the point of good video if you don't also have good audio? And then there's so many other accessories you can buy, like lens filters, of course batteries, SD cards, SD card adapter, a stabilizer, and then to try and fit all this together in a nice camera bag. So of course this all was a big investment, but I think it's well worth it, and it's going to be put to great use for my YouTube videos and then also my career in videography and taking photography. Alright, so let's switch to some test footage that I want to show you guys of the new GH5, and then I won't bore you guys with the main problems or the greatest features of it because you already know that. But I will kind of give you my thoughts and opinions on it and my application for what I'm going to be using it for. Alright, so let's go. Alright guys, so I hope you liked that footage. I sure did have a blast filming all of it. The GH5 is a super great camera, very powerful, and it has a lot of application for it. I would not necessarily recommend this camera for vloggers. As of right now, there hasn't been an autofocus update on it, and really the autofocus is just terrible. So for instance, in this shot, the camera is focused on the background, and then in my very next sentence, it's focused on me. There's a couple settings you can play with to make the autofocus faster, but there's just no getting around that the autofocus is pretty poor on this camera. So if you're setting up a lot of shots and you're usually using manual focus, this camera's great. It gives you great quality footage. But if you're vlogging and you're moving around and pointing the camera a lot of different stuff and expecting it to not be blurry, you're probably going to be pretty disappointed. There's been quite a few times where I set it up, I wave my hands in front of the camera, and then I start talking, and still the camera is not focused on me yet. In the future, I am anticipating a software update that should fix most of that. But for right now, I just have to double check that I'm in focus before I start filming, and then double check that what I just filmed was in focus before I go into post-production and realize that the footage I'm editing, I'm not even in focus. So why did I buy this expensive GH5 in the first place? Well, there's a huge trend right now for 4K video. My Phantom 4 drone has 4K video, and I wanted to keep it consistent. But I also have been really enjoying using slow-mo footage in a lot of my videos. The GH5 can do 4K at 60 frames per second. This is a big advantage, so I'm not mixing 4K footage from my drone and 1080 footage from a DSLR. Now on my previous camera, the Rebel T5i, if I want to do slow-mo, I could only shoot at 720p. It's so poor quality for video, I never even used it. I would generally go to my GoPro for slow-mo. One thing that I wasn't expecting on this micro 4/3 camera was how much it crops in. Right now I'm shooting on a 25mm lens, yet it crops in so much it actually seems like I'm shooting on a 50mm lens. So in this video right here, when I'm trying to vlog, it zooms way in on my face. Not to a point where it's unusable, but just undesirable. So now I'm going to have to invest in a really wide-angle lens for the camera. So guys, I've had this camera for about 3 weeks now, and I'm loving it. Sure, the autofocus isn't the best, but I've come to learn how to deal with it, and I'm still really enjoying the camera despite its flaws. If you guys have any other questions about this camera, feel free to comment below. I answer all of the comments in the comment box. And if this video was helpful or interesting at all, give it a thumbs up. And I'm also taking suggestions on any other videos or products that you'd be interested in getting reviewed. Well guys, that's all for now. We'll see you guys next time.